Did you like my Zigzagoon comment on my voice note earlier?
Mate, that was brilliant. It was so brilliant. Like it caught me off guard. That did.
Literally, I'm driving. This. I'm sorry for those listening and watching. By the way, you know, I don't know if I've mentioned this actually. Me and Bradley regularly voice note each other. Don't know if that's a thing. Anyway, driving home.
Regularly, by the way. Yes, every day for the last probably 3 years.
Yeah, it actually is. It actually is. It actually is.
By the way. It was just weekdays. We wouldn't do Sunday or Saturday.
It's like we'll have a weekend off. Have a weekend off.
Yeah, that would be what it is, right? Because we do a morning and an evening voice note, but then the Saturday as the shop would come into play from Pokemon Trainer.
The as the shop pickup on a Saturday morning.
There it is. You know, hey, look, we all look forward to it. Friday is always the Chinese takeaway.
It is.
You have an evening update there.
Yeah.
And then the Saturday morning is always the Asda shop. And then I've been just doing Sundays as well for the majority of the time. Every now and then we have the cheeky day off, but that's it.
It's unreal, isn't it? I love it, me.
Oh, that car zigzagooning in front
Yeah,
of
so yeah, literally I was coming around a roundabout. There's a guy in front of us. And he was obviously unsure as to which direction he was needing to go. And he was going left, and he was coming back in the middle, and then he'd go on the right, and he'd come back in the middle again. And I was just like, it's like literally a zigzagoons running around in front of us. Anyway, it was a bit more anger behind it slightly when I did the voice note to Bradley, not as casual.
Wasn't
It wasn't just, oh, it's a zigzagoon. Hello, Bradley. How the devil are you, mate?
Mike. I'm doing very well. I've got some merch on right now from our sponsor today.
Oh.
Coming up soon. Folks.
I was about to say, I'm not even ready for that.
Yeah, well.
It's been a long time, Bradley. Bradley, it has been a long time.
It has been.
It has
been.
Well, not since I've seen you, but since we've done this, it's got to be like, is it, 3 weeks now?
I think it's
maybe
about
4?
3 weeks. 4 weeks, yeah.
Excuse me. Just,
yeah. Just a quick
burp. Sorry. Excuse me.
There it is. It hits the soul.
It does. It's horrible. Soul. I don't know why you put emphasis on it. It's absolutely rank.
You were the one.
No. I mean, man.
He would put a flashback in this episode.
Good editing. Yes.
Yeah, but
so
that was it.
It was. So hello everyone. It's lovely. It's lovely to be doing episode. What, Bradley?
Oh, how are we on 15, 16, 17, 18? 18.
Episode 18, there he is. Is it though?
I mean, you stuck your thumb up.
I did, actually. I think it is.
However, you can't ask me the question without knowing the answer.
I think it's 18.
Imagine if I just make some random questions on who wants to be a Pokemon there, and then you're like, oh, is it B? And I'm just there like, I haven't got a Scooby, mate.
You're like, well, I mean, it could be. It is episode 18. I knew I should have went with my gut. Say, hey, that's a flaw of me. Always second guess me gut. So yes, this is episode 18.
That's a deep rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah, it is indeed. It is indeed. It is lovely to hear you. Well, lovely to speak to you anyway. Thank you for, being so considerate over the last couple of weeks. It's just been mental for both of us.
We've had a lot on.
Lots happening. Work, like the list goes on. Life. So we've real life took over. So we've not had a chance to connect, but we've locked this in. So this will be airing on Thursday, the 13th of March.
Yeah,
I believe it will be. So we're back in it, and I hope you enjoy today's episode because we're going to go through with today's sponsor.
Lock
it in. So, Bradley, you ever traversed the land searching for wise?
Okay. I guess we can't say the words word for word because of copyright claims.
Thank you.
A recovery, right?
That was beautiful.
Which
recovery,
which is also known in this potential place we're going for our sponsor. I've looked far and wide to look for the power that's inside.
That was amazing. Yes, I'm glad you've looked far and wide, Bradley.
Wise.
A wise man.
Copyright.
Say, wait, copyright.
Wow,
See where I was
there
going?
was.
They'll like this one. I think they'll like I think our sponsor will come back with
Babbas.
this one. Oh, and the
Well,
Babbas.
the sponsor. I don't think the sponsor's going to be coming back.
Let's just cut to the chase here, Bradley.
Yeah.
You've obviously traversing the land far and wide. You've your party of 6 Pokemon. You know, they're just a little bit tired. They need some rest.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. You look tired.
They look a bit tired as he drinks a warm cup of cocoa. Anyway,
Gulping.
there's one place where you can take that party of 6, my friend.
Yeah. Round back with the. I'm sorry. Where can I take my 6 Pokemon trainer Mike?
It's the Pokémon Centre! Way!
Now that's a big sponsor.
Hey, listen, they've listened to the podcast, they loved it, they were like, guys, we need to be a part of this, and episode 18 is the perfect one.
Yeah.
Due to the content we're going to go through,
Yeah.
it needs to be the right one. So,
And they know how amazing the way that we do sponsors is, and this one just has gone out of the park. How amazing and flawless your sponsorship
it was like
is here.
it was like how many nods to previous podcasts can I line up in the space of 5 minutes?
We were catching up with like, wait, we could say that wise man once said, wait, copyright strikes. Like,
Oh god.
brilliant.
Oh.
James Blunt.
James Blunt. So yeah, the Pokémon Centre. Yeah, so you can go in. Yeah, the nurse Joy behind the counter heals your party of 6 for free, generally, which is lovely, right?
In the UK.
In the UK.
In the Galar region.
In the Galar region. But with today's sponsor, we now have access to the Pokémon Centre Healthcare Plus plan. Oh my.
Wow. Not only are Pokemon getting taken care of, but we are too. That's right. NHS, move aside. Pokémon Centre, you're covered. And if you're in America, whilst you don't get the Plus membership, you do get a free healthcare service. Like Medicare, Medi-who? You know,
Medicham.
There we go. Medicham, Meditite. Right, that's what the sponsor is today. It's tight. So get on down to your local Pokemon Centre and simply quote the Pokécast with Brad and Mike for your literal free healthcare for you and your kids.
And your Pokemon.
What?
Unreal.
You throw in your dog as well. Just call it Houndoom and it's pet insurance too. There you go. Pokécast with Brad and Mike. Thank you, Pokémon Centre.
Oh, honestly, unreal. Thank you, Nurse Joys of the world, Pokémon Centre. God love yous all. Oh, mate. Bradley, it's lovely to speak to you.
Yeah, it's lovely to speak to you.
It
too.
really is, mate.
We got a lot to catch up on. Like, a lot to catch up
Like,
on. So
yeah, we do.
that's what we're going to be doing. In the next a couple of episodes, we're going to be sort of cracking on with some of the things that that we've experienced in life, including the EUIC, Pokémon Centre, all of that entire weekend. We're going through that today. We're going through all the announcements.
Pokemon Day. We've got so much to talk about with that. Oh, my lord.
Yeah, just going through that as well is going to be massive. We've got a lot of new we've got new Pokemon Pocket sets and such. And then after all of that, we'll be continuing our Sinnoh journey.
It's been a while, Bradley. I think the Babbas are excited.
Yeah. And then we'll be entering it would be the black and white era, but Pokemon Trainer Mike and I, spoiler alert, at EUIC, we're next to each other in bed in our jammies, and we loaded up Pokemon X and Y for the first time. It was amazing.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I've never played it, so it was like wow, and the 3D was so amazing as well.
It was a wonderful time. Generation 6 was. Right, you're gonna make us go down a rabbit hole here about Generation 6 now. So we'll just let's just step back.
Yeah.
So we're all winding. So you would have last spoke to us 2 or 3 weeks ago now, I believe it is, right?
Yes.
And the podcast you would have listened to was us describing that we were going to be going to Pokemon EUIC, the European Championships down in London XL. on the following Friday through Sunday. And we did just that. And what a weekend it was, mate. What a weekend it was. We've not even properly sat down and spoke about it, have we?
We haven't
Probably
actually,
no. This is going to be really, really good. Really, really good.
I was there for the Friday, and then Pokemon Trainer Mike stayed on for the Saturday and the Sunday, and so I'm really looking forward to hearing all about how that adventure went. So paint us a picture on the Friday. How did your journey out of your bed begin on that Friday?
Standard children banter. I can't even describe it.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. How
So
couldn't get on that train quick enough.
yeah, not at all. So zigzagoon all the way to the station, mate. That was me. So yes, we got to Newcastle Centre Station. I met up with Bobby. Shout out to Bobby, who's a regular listener of the podcast. Bobby was there. You legend that you are, and we met him for the first time, which was wonderful. And then Josh and his little boy Mason joined us, so the four of us were together. Train down was fine. We each cracked open the 3DSs, and we all played Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire together. We did Pokemon battles. I won, which was good, which was great fun. It was really, really good fun. It was. I can't remember the last time I did a actual battle with somebody on the 3DS. So that was just nostalgia trip, crazy.
Bobby's there sending out, a Caterpie, and there you are with a fully fledged out Groudon. I'll keep it fair,
To be fair, we all started on a Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire journey together. So we only got up to, was it Watson? I think we all have our third gym badges, so we were using them with teams, right? So I didn't go full blown Charizard, Swampert, you name it, right? It was quite tepid. I did have Marshtomp though, very cool.
Quite tepid, yeah.
Quite tepid indeed. So we got to London, traversed the hotel, where I met this wonderful, great, splendid gentleman named Bradley. Don't know if you know him. Do you know him?
I've heard he's a legend, actually. Yeah.
He's a lovely man. Lovely man.
Yeah. You really going for a few sips there, aren't you?
I do. I'm quite parched, mate. I just had some Cajun chicken cream pasta, and I should have had
to Gusto. Oh,
not this
sponsor.
Not tonight. Actually, not tonight. You would have been normally. Actually, that's next week. But where was I going with that? Oh yes, and I thought I'd have a proper drink after I finished. So that was me just wetting the palate. So
wetting the beak.
Wetting. Sure. I was just like, come on, pun. No, not happening. And then, yes, we met up with the wonderful Bradley, who I hadn't seen since before Christmas, which was just lovely.
It felt like it was long. No, it didn't feel longer. It felt short, and I thought it was longer, but it wasn't. It was like only 3 months prior.
Crazy, isn't it?
So
crazy how time flies. And we hopped on the train because we had our Pokemon Centre, shout out, Pokemon Centre book-in for 2 p.m. So we hurried on the train, got there, went straight in, and right. So this is my Worlds 1, 2, 3. This is my third EUIC. You walked in to the first area of the Pokemon Centre.
Yeah.
So not the actual into the starting bit. So what was there in that starting bit? Tell the babas. What did you see?
Well, there was. You see, I first of all thought that was the Pokemon Centre, which was, but no, there was.
It's missing everything.
Yeah, no, it's very empty.
It's like a secret base.
No, there were like loads of like standouts and such that you could take pictures with. There was this really cute little bench, the Squirtle bench.
I loved it. Love the Squirtle bench.
Huge Pikachu, like massive, like
giant.
Pikachu. And yeah, there was just like loads of places that you could take pictures while you're waiting to get in line for the Pokemon Centre. It was beautiful. It was lovely. Really, really, really nice.
It was lush. So yeah, Bradley's nailed it. And there was a wall of Funkos where you could get some of the but they were displaying some of the latest Funkos in Pokemon, which is lovely. They had Pokemon Horizons, the TV show. They were showing various bits of that, and of course Pokemon Legends AZ, which again and we'll talk about that in the next podcast. I'm so excited to talk about that. But one thing that stood out in that queue in the waiting line, they had this podium where they were showcasing up and coming merchandise to the Pokemon Centre, and the first thing that screamed to me was so mega plushes of Charizard X and Y, Blastoise and Venusaur, and Mewtwo, and they just looked chef's kiss. They looked absolutely wonderful. A lot of pin badges and things for EVs and the various things as well, but it looked awesome.
Yeah.
We queued. We walked in.
And that was, first of all, it was a lot.
It was Century Overload.
There was a lot happening
Too
in that space.
right.
It was so, like, there were so many people. And it was incredible. It was absolutely beautiful. There was so much, like, there's a difference,
stuff, right?
There's a difference between, like, going to, like, HMV or going, well, shout out to the old store, or going to those places that have licensed Pokemon merch, but then actually going to an official Pokemon store that's not just got the license, but actually owns everything. And you can just see there was this amazing, like, there was some of these statues where you had Lance and
Dragonite. Yes, it was the champions and their ace Pokemon, wasn't it?
Yeah. Cynthia and Garchomp, what I think it was, and then you had Steven Stone and Salamence.
Metagross.
Metagross, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Salamence was with who?
Iris. They just looked phenomenal, didn't they?
And then there was just like beautiful, like Latios kind of statue.
Oh, with the soul dew right in the middle.
Yeah. There were like these amazing, like, there was these mugs. There were this really nice knitwear. Obviously, this top and
the exclusives, right?
Yeah, it was amazing. So, what was your like standouts from when you were walking into that Pokemon Center? What did you like? What were you taking away from it the first time you walked in, and what were you really happy about that you got?
I think it was just I always find it hard to describe this, like walking into it. So I'm going to do a vlog on this, by the way. We recorded the whole thing, right? So I'll do a proper video. You'll see it. We'll go through it together. Sorry, my camera's like... There we go, I've got it. They had these podiums at the start of Pokemon before you went in. Pokemon Centre was listed at the top, and I just had a Cheshire Cat smile, I think, for like the entire hour I was walking around. Like, it's just... I can't describe it. It's just... You know, whether you relate or you don't, but when you were a kid, like, when you're thinking about this kind of stuff, you see in magazines about events happening in Japan or around the world, and none of this stuff existed, or it did, but it wasn't close to home. And the fact that you're getting to see it now, getting on 25, 30 plus years later, it's just unreal. And I know I've mentioned this in my fourth time, but the joy you experience by walking in, don't get us wrong, I totally agree with you, Brad. Like, it was not overwhelming, maybe a bit. There was a lot going on, to your point. Yeah. It was like sardine, music, lights, people talking. I get that. Totally get that. But the distraction for me was just what you've just described there. Like, it was just seeing all this new stuff, all the merch that you could get, the plushies, that giant area on the grass, the giant plushies, the Spheal and everything.
Altaria and the Wailord on there and such. Oh.
It was just unreal, mate. It was unreal. So everything about it was just lovely, mate. It was just really nice.
I remember when we actually first walked in there, you held up your hand and you said, "Look," and it was like you had goosebumps in like your.
I literally, I did. Yeah. I was literally like, you see this on, like, I'm pretending to be the Rock out with the wrestling. He does he comes out, the Rock goes like this. And he's like, boost comes.
No one was looking at your biceps.
Yeah. Oh, jazz. No, I literally did. You're not wrong. I walked in. Yep. I could hear there was some tune playing, and I just remember just looking at my arm and literally like hairs up, goosebumps, and it was just lovely. Every little bit about it, mate. It was just lush. And what was nice about it, I know I've done it with Josh the last couple of times, but it was nice doing it with like a group of friends together. It added another level of just specialness to it. But I was very good this year. I didn't go too crazy at the Pokemon Centre. I got actually there should be a short out by the time you've listened to this, showing what I've got. But I got the T-shirt Bradley's wearing with another one. I got shout out to Team Rocket because we talked about the Team Rocket stuff, right? I got a Team Rocket. Mug, right? I got the mug, the big Team Rocket mug. It's not with us now, but it could fit a good cup of tea in it. A good cup of tea. The exclusive.
That's right, a cup of tea.
A cup of tea.
Not to be mistaken with dinner.
Correct, mate.
Tea. There we go.
Yeah, I'm not going to fit a Sunday dinner in that. And the exclusive pen. I'm just trying to think. The mat. And I got a couple of
pins.
I got the pins, yes. And I got the plushies. I got Becca and Miss Maggie is sitting cutie. And I got Maisie and Harry. One of the what they're called? Is it the soap series? Anyway, it was a Pikachu and an Eevee for both of them. So I was very good. But what about yourself? You got cards, right?
Yeah, so I got a couple of card packs. I got a Pokemon EUIC play mat.
Beautiful mat.
Trading card games.
Lovely mat.
Obviously,
yep.
I got this, and what else did I get? I got something else as well. I don't remember what it was. It's downstairs. I think it might have been a pins, or it might have been something else. But it's definitely downstairs in the little bag thing that I got with it. But no, it was lovely. I restrained myself. I was going to.
You did really well.
I was going to get the Arcanine knitwear from that corner.
Mate.
That was just what I would have gotten would be the Psyduck hat, but it wasn't.
It wasn't any there, was there?
It was sold out.
No,
yeah,
no.
It was sold out. So look, next time.
You can spend a fortune in there though. Like I was the till paying, and a couple down I could hear. I was just knees dropping, and someone had spent like over £1,000, and they had like 2 or 3 of the bags just full. I'm like, good lord.
The thing is though, is that a lot of the people I believe are buying things there to then resell online. Like, what was it that we saw? I mean, look, we have to talk about it because it's reality, and that is that I remember when you guys were on the train back, there were links to like this top being sold for 75 quid. You buy it there for like 20.
It's really sad.
25,
it's really sad.
And
then
they'll just be going back in, and we didn't witness security having to tell someone that they couldn't go back in.
Correct, because he was trying to jump back in
and buy more, and like they were selling these which you get gifted when you
for
sign
the
up
event.
And yeah, like everything, and I'm just sort of there like, I mean,
the big
like,
thing you
some sacred stuff, right? Like
yeah, I know exactly. Like I would never even dream about doing that. The memories attached to just even the badge and stuff. But you're right. Unfortunately, it is even with the trading card world as it is at the moment, it's not nice, right? And the ATBs, I didn't even. So we went. So the store opened on Thursday morning, I believe it did. We went Friday afternoon, and there was not a single Elite Trainer box to be seen. And we saw photos of people leaving the Pokémon Centre on Thursday with the big bags just full to the brim of ATBs. Just literally just must have went into the bag, and took them. Just crazy, just crazy. And I can't believe how quickly they went. As I say, by the time Thursday was there, they had gone. Every single ATB wasn't there. Yeah. Just nuts. It was just nuts.
Hey, but it's the reality. It's the reality of the world, and we have to touch on that while we're obviously going through the Pokemon Center. It's something that we can't shy away from. But as we moved through the Pokemon Center, I remember we sort of sat down, we opened some packs, and I opened.
We had some dinner and opened some packs, yeah.
Some lunch, yeah, and I straight away opened a banger, didn't I? I got the Medicham Full Art.
Yeah, the Meditite illustration rare, didn't you?
Medicham, Meditite illustration. Oh, it was beautiful. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pull.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh. You'll always open fire with us. We were like, dud. Bradley's like, fire. Like every 2 seconds, mate, honestly.
And then we were sort of looking around a little bit, and then we entered the main hall. And this is where, for me personally, just very small touch on, it just got so much for me. I'd never been to an event like this. I had been to the hall because I used to compete in the World Championship stages of Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually went to that exact hall when I competed in the 2016, I think it was, World Championship Series. But it was so much. There was lights, there was lots of music going on, and then there were thousands or like at least 1,000 or so people.
Must have been thousands, definitely.
And there was so many things going on, but it was incredible. I mean, before we went in there though, we went up and we got a direct line to and a contacts, didn't we, for the YouTube channel and for yourself and for us?
Yep, we tried to
which was
pitch,
amazing.
and shout out to Jenny. It was right. I'm sure it was Jenny.
Yeah.
Well, not name the full name, but I'm sure it was Jenny, who was lovely to speak to, by the way. Give us a lot of
amazing.
Get a lot of helper and pointers to hopefully we can reach out to Pokemon and work with them in the future, which would be the actual dream. So we'll see. But yeah, she was lovely. She was very kind.
And then we moved into the main Pokemon arena, and we started off. We started off on the left, and there was like loads of little mini games, weren't there?
Oh,
it was like being a kid again. And,
so,
and wait.
I know where you're going.
Start, but like we actually were like challenging the Pokemon staff to like a game of like memory games and such. But before we jump there, was there anything you wanted to touch on?
No, I was going straight into that. So
yeah.
So let's just paint the picture then. So you walked. So as you go through the ticketing hall, you go through the security. There was this gigantic, humongous picture of Latios and Latias, where me and Bradley obviously had to get a picture there straight under it, and as well with our friends. And we walked through into the main hall, and taking Bradley's perspective to one side, 100%. I just go back to being a kid every time I walked in, and it was that big deep breath of, here we are. So in the middle, there was this red carpet that took you all the way down to where all the events were happening, all the like the VGC, Pokemon Go, all the championship matches were taking part. On the left was a couple of like notices of where things were, but right in the corner on the left was where Bradley's just going to, where they had like scavenger hunts, they had vendors on there, lots of like
Who's that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon? The stalls are brilliant. So there was like a couple of them where it was like a ring toss on Digletts. So you had a ring toss to get Diglett. We did that, right?
You got it. Yeah, we
got
did
one.
Together. I failed, but you got it. So okay.
Got one. We got one. And then the one next to it was Who's That Pokemon? That's right.
Yeah.
So we did that. And then we had behind us with vendors. So we had Brotherhood Games, Magic Madhouse, and now the third one in the middle escapes us. I couldn't even get in to see because it was that busy. So
I remember standing in the Magic Madhouse line. I got right to the front, and then obviously there were prismatic evolutions there. They were charging an arm, but they weren't charging a leg, so there was a discount on it. It worked out at about £9 a pack, which, to be fair, is probably as good as you're gonna get. I mean, it's
is what it is. Is what it is.
Which I didn't partake in, but it was packed. I mean, you would stand there for probably like half an hour before you get in, just because of how many people. So we went back, and then I remember you and I do want to talk about that scavenger hunt, but there was a little garden.
There was.
So around the whole venue, there were loads of different Pokemon that were like put up in different places. So you'd have a garden full of like garden Pokemon and stuff, like, and you would have all around the entire venue. There were just random Pokemon placed, and they were placed in really, really cool ways. Like the Hoot, for example. There's a Hoot on top of a sign.
Oh, love that.
Saying where to go.
Love that.
It's brilliant. And then Pokemon Trainer Mike and I, we went to this garden area, and they had these, like the memory game where you have to match two Charmanders and they were face down, they were mixed up, and there was a couple of staff members there, and obviously they were interested in inviting the public and stuff to interact with them, and we were the first people. We didn't even realize. We were just like, this looks really cool, and we were just helping them. We were just helping them set up. We didn't know what for.
Yeah.
And then they invited us to play with them. And we actually have full footage of that. And so yeah, if you want to know if we beat the staff members, watch that video.
Which will be coming shortly.
Should be coming soon. What I can definitely say now is that we had a lot of fun doing it.
It was a laugh. It was a right laugh. I think we started drawing a crowd because how crazy we were getting when we were doing it.
We were just excited. We were so excited.
Good. It was so good.
It really helped because the staff member in particular was also really trying his hardest as well.
He was locked in, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he was proper locked in. It was lovely.
It was great. It was because we were cheering him, he was cheering us, and it was. But we wanted to win as well, and so who knows how it happened? Did we win? Did we not? Find out. There should be up on the channel soon.
It will be. It will be. So we did that.
Yeah.
And then my memory's getting a bit misty after that. So did we just do I can't remember if we did a loop round, or did we do the scavenger hunt? Did we lock into the scavenger hunt?
So what we did is we just started walking and taking some like footage and stuff. So we went up to the gym, the illustration.
Oh my lord, I forgot about that.
Which was absolutely incredible. You see, Pokemon Trainer Mike, when we were talking about last year's at EUIC, was talking about all the different retro consoles and such with their respective games. And he said he'd been talking about the Game Boy SP. That's absolutely incredible. It was absolutely incredible. There were all of the consoles had their retrospective games with them as well, and that was just so nostalgic.
It was so good. So they added on to that from previous years. That was there purely last year, I believe it was. But they also added like this memory of TCG winners and what their race card was that was played during it from the championships over the years, which was lovely to see. But equally, they had got 4 illustrators from the TCG to be at the event to do some signings and various things. And they had a wall dedicated to those 4 people on some of the artwork that they'd created in the TCG, right? And the names are escaping as well. I'm on the spot talking, right? But some of them was like the illustrator who done the Moonbryon from Evolving Skies was there.
And there's one that I remember, and it was the Keldeo, the rain, like
it's a beautiful from Crown Zenith. Beautiful card.
So beautiful.
Majestic, mate. Majestic. We had I'm just trying to think now on the spot again. We had the lady that does the clay Pokemon models, so they had a couple of the actual clay models that she's physically made and takes photographs for the cards. In cases, one that springs to mind is the tag team Snivy and Venusaur card. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the last one, no, the one before that was the one that had done the SIR Giratina from Lost Origin, the Magneton promo from Surgeon Sparks, absolutely beautiful and wonderful. And then what the last one had, like the Iron Ore and Bellybald SAR from the new set Journey Together, which isn't out yet in various others. It was just, they just pulled out all the stops. It was lovely to see and have a lot of like attention and love to the illustrators, because I mean they signed the card and none of the people know who they are, and the fact that they had this pedestal.
Nice that they had a showcase
100% mate
for them. Yeah, it was really, really nice.
It was, mate.
And then on the other side we had, like you said, it was so nice to have like a whole Hall of Fame of the people who won the different various things. It wasn't just trading cards, it was also, you know, the video game competition. You've got we're entering Pokemon Unite. Now we're entering Pokemon Pocket as well. So you might be talking to the future world champion.
Listen. I mean, it would be odd if they didn't put Pocket into that lineup at some point in the future. I would be shocked. They are introducing the rank ladder at the end of this month that we talked about. That rank ladder exists and will exist. They did it with Pokemon Go. I think Pocket's going to be on an added stage in the future. I really do.
And the reason I think Pocket will definitely be there is because it is so accessible to the entire public. I mean, look, you have Pokemon Go. You know, they developed that. So now that there's something, so 100%.
It's going to lock in. It's going to lock in for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, we had walked there, and then we sort of thought about the scavenger hunt, and we were looking around. So we had to get pictures with, I think there were 6 or 7 Pokemon, right?
6 Pokemon.
In the background. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
When I tell you that this was the hardest scavenger hunt that I in my existence have ever partook in, I'm not exaggerating. It was hard. Like, we didn't even complete it on the first day. Hard. Like, we went through the entire venue, through the thousands of people and everything, and we were gluing our eyes to everything over an hour and a half, and we could not find. We missed like 3 Pokemon. We did.
So to Bradley's point, he mentioned this at the beginning. We had these like cutouts, right, of Pokemon in various shapes and sizes. They were everywhere. They were hanging from banners from the rafters. We had them like stuck like in various areas, like the grassy areas and stuff like that. And to Brad's point, we looped around that building. Like, I did over 11,000 steps that day. Not just in there, by the way. but we looped around that entire Excel hall and couldn't find the 3. And to a point where you simply went up to one of the ladies that was doing one of the stores and went, look, we're struggling with the scavenger hunt. Do you know where so-and-so Pokemon is? And she was like, I can tell you, it's in this room, but that way. And it was like, cheers. All right.
It begins with letter M. There's a hint. So we're like main stage, and then we went all the way to main stage is not close to that room.
No, that is a fair walk.
It's a fair amount of steps, and we're going up the right side, the left side, the middle side, and we're looking everywhere, and not just for that Pokemon, but for 2 others as well, and they just weren't there. Now, I do have to ask, spoiler for next episode, but when we talk about Saturday and Sunday, did you actually manage to find them?
Yes.
Okay, I will be very interested to hear where, and I would love.
Oh,
to see
I've not told you about this. How we found them, did I? Right. Okay.
No.
I'll need to tell you.
So that'll be next
tell you.
episode. So yeah, I would love to see the pictures as well. Of like if you have the pictures of your selfies where they were, so I could see, and then I can obviously live in that moment.
You're gonna kick yourself, by the way, when you realize what we could have actually done and stuff like that. You could be. All I'll say is you could be creative. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I love that.
I'll tell you about it. It was good.
And I can't wait to hear all about the Pokemon games and such as well. Because there was a Nintendo 64 all the way up until a Nintendo Switch with all the different Pokemons running. There were these colouring events that were there, and I know that you guys probably did a lot of that. You probably knocked on a load of those mini games, so we'll definitely touch on those. But the final thing I wanted to talk about on the Friday was after all was said and done, we went and we had lovely Chinese. We had that lovely Chinese in the evening. Good old Yemen.
No idea. I can't remember the name.
No, but I remember we went into the travel lodge. Bobby got himself a free pizza.
That's right.
Oh, that was funny.
Very quickly, when we're at the Chinese as well, for those that follow the competitive scene, we're having tea. And Wolf Glick walked past with his team and had a meal there, and I was literally starstruck. I was like, "That's Wolfie!" I couldn't believe it. They was like, "Who are you talking about?" And I was just, "Oh, I don't know who that is." So yeah, Wolf Glick was literally like 3 or 4 tables sat with his team, eating next to us, which was awesome to see him in person. But that was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bobby got his free pizza. Yep.
Yeah, and after we had that lovely meal, we all
retired home.
Yeah, and then Saturday and Sunday. Sorry.
I was going to say we played Pokemon X and Y for the first time. Right? We booted it for the first time. Started the game at the exact same moment, put the stars at the same time, and it was lush seeing you play through for the very first time.
It was really nice to see you play with one starter.
Hey, I mean,
hey,
it felt weird. It didn't.
There is no drink left in that can. All right, there is nothing left in that can.
There's not. I wouldn't have picked it up and drink it. I was like, there's no there.
Gonna pretend to drink it. And
I was gonna have a pretendy gulping.
I know you too well. You were handing it and you were gonna go for a pretend sip.
I was.
You realised, there's nothing in there, but it would be too awkward for me to put it back down.
And you drew attention to it, Bradley. Thank you, mate.
You see, that's what I mean. It doesn't matter if we're away for 4 days, 4 hours, or 4 weeks, or 4 years. We're on the same wavelength.
Every time, mate.
Right.
I was like, I'm going to use the prop. I'm going to lock in. Sorry, go on. Go on.
It went from being... There it is. Yeah, and he's pretending,
Actually, there's the slightest bit left. There is the slightest bit.
There it is. Oh, my God. Yeah. I'm like...
Now it's gone. Now it's
there
gone.
It is.
A majestic gulp.
It went from being, a resource to partake in to a prop because there wasn't any left. Then there was a magician through and through. But while we wrap up from day 1 of the EUIC, was there a Pokétuber or someone that you follow that you really want to give a shout out to for today's podcast?
I most certainly do. And he will be listening, and he's probably thinking right now, going, no. And it's Mad Hatter.
Oui.
Mad Hatter TCG. So Matt He's just restarted his channel on YouTube. He's got his first video up there in his new series of shorts on there. I think we got him in last stream to about 58 subscribers, I think. I think it was 58. But him and his partner, Cherry, are the most loveliest, down-to-earth people I've ever met. Like, they're just so kind, so humble, so natural. They're just lovely. And we'll talk about meeting them on day 2 on Sunday as well, because we've got a lot to talk about with those guys. But they're just lovely, and they deserve a world. So Matt's starting his channel again. Go give him the love. He does a great video at the moment. It was his wins, or his pickups, sorry, from the Kent card show. So he showcased a lot of great hits that he pulled and picked up. And his new series is he's just opening a pack I think it's every weekend, which are just good content. A couple of packs, and he's opening them. It's great fun. If you love chill Pokemon content, go check out Matt Hatter TCG. Link will, of course, be in the description, as it always is. Go give him some love. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. God love him.
He's a great guy.
He's lush.
He's a great guy.
Him and Cherry are just lovely.
Yeah,
they're absolutely lush.
are.
Pro
They
Unite.
carried us in Pokemon Unite.
I was literally about to say pro Pokemon Unite players, by the way.
That's right.
I still can't get over Cherry in that Lapras surfing is around the entire map about 3 times, by the way. Unreal.
I think Cherry's the god, right? Cherry's the god on Unite. She is
ridiculous.
Just like,
Never seen a good player. Never seen a better player. Sorry, just unreal.
Okay,
I mean, you're good, mate. Wow. You're good, but you're not. You're not Cherry level.
9 tails, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
So good, man. So good. Bless them. Absolutely lush. There you are.
But yeah, it's nice to be back, man. It's nice to be back.
It is nice, mate. It is. It's been a long time coming, mate. It's been a long time coming, and I'm excited to get back on. Now I've had a break. I'm excited to get back on it and start talking about all this stuff, because you've got so much. Like, it's actually insane, like, to talk about what we've got the rest of this to talk about. We've got everything Pokemon Day, which is going to probably spiral us into other videos. We talked about maybe even doing breakdowns of some of the trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Theory crafting. Get the old Braille pad out.
I mean, listen, I'm all for that. If you want to break down the Pokemon Legends trailer,
we got to do the Pokédexes as well, which we started, and that was really cool. Like, we got so much to do.
We have got so much. We have.
Which is great.
It is. It literally is.
We didn't think we'd have so much still to talk about and do. 18 episodes in.
But hey, they literally got worlds of content to go through. Literal worlds.
And I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. So let's turn the page. The Pokécast is great because just so many memes get born
every time.
The amount of times that Giratina has been referenced in that Wayward Cave is a shocking amount more than I thought we would be throwing this back to. It's just great. It's just fantastic.
Speaking of memes, have you seen what was shown and announced today? The Ethan in Mike Type lotion illustrating rare that's coming in one of the next sets. Did you see that?
I have not. I thought we were going to be throwing up the homeless benches in Pokemon CA, anti-homeless. Sorry.
How sick is that? For those that are listening, I'm showing Brad the Ethan's Typhlosion art rare card from Heatwave Arena that hits in Japan very shortly. Our English set will be our English set should be out for that in, where are we now? May June time, I believe it is.
June, yeah.
But that's not even a secret rare card either, by the way. That'll be an illustration rare.
I can't believe that.
How beautiful is that?
I'll pull it. I'll pull that.
I need that in my life. Did you see the Did you see Misty Psyduck? No. Oh mate, hold on. Are you ready? You're not ready. Are you ready?
Oh.
How beautiful is that card?
The little rainbow reflections as well.
And that's just an art rare again. That's not the secret art rare. We haven't seen the SIRs yet, as far as I'm aware. We've seen one SIR. Wow. They are just art rare cards.
Are out in an army.
Full force, mate. Full
I've
force.
always wished that Yu-Gi-Oh had the same level of love and attention to like full art sort of cards and stuff, because it just doesn't even come close to Pokemon. Like the level of love and care that goes into Pokemon.
It's so good.
It really is.
It's so good.
It really is.
It's so good. But no, before we wrap up, I think for me, so this coming weekend, actually no, two things if I may. So this weekend coming up, so you're listening on the 14th, I think we said, right? You're listening on the 14th. So this weekend coming is the Journey Together pre-release event on Saturday. So I know a lot of you that are listening will be going to your local card stores to participate. I will be as well. I'm very excited to get my hand on some Journeys Together this weekend. So hopefully, well, Paul, you've not seen this yet, but there's an SAR Salamence card which is like absolutely mind blowing. So fingers crossed we can get that. And I'll be streaming Sunday. So this coming Sunday will be live Sunday, and we will open up some of those cards together. Secondly, we mentioned in June time I'll be doing a charity stream to raise funds for a particular cause, etc. One thing me and Brad tossed the idea around, which I'm locked in for now, is we were talking around hiring out or booking a cinema room, a cinema screening, where we would watch the first Pokemon movie with the community. All right.
Yeah.
So if you're in the UK and you are listening to this and you would be interested in that, so it'll be family friendly. If you've got children, you're in a bring and all that jazz, that's more than fine. But I'm trying to put the motions in play now to get interest on numbers, because we've got a lot of different options in the Northeast, but it depends on the number of people. So if you're listening to this and you're interested, or if you're somewhere else and you want to fly in for it, by the way, it'll be middle of this year sometime probably, let me know. Let us know in the comment section below, just so we can gauge the numbers of interest, and we will lock that in. It'll be good fun. It'll be good fun, right?
That will be amazing. When we do that, because we will do it at some point. When we do it, imagine getting a fully packed cinema full of people who are super interested to watch
the first Pokemon movie.
You know those. Do you know those? You know those sponsors that you sponsor that you see on like Facebook and the ads and stuff. I remember you went to a Pokemon rave once, which had no Pokemon in it at all. Right? It was very disappointing. But like, we could do that and actually live up to it, and actually be like, yeah, we are actually hiring out. We are booking a cinema, and we are going to be playing the first Pokemon movie. Here's the time. Here's the.
Can you imagine?
Here's the address. Bring your snacks, and come and have a lovely time.
We're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. Yeah. It's gonna happen. It's just a case of what the numbers are like, and booking it in, right? It'll all be for charity. The whole thing, like, we'll book it, but then it'll be kind of just like a donation situation. Like, if you can, anything you can give. If not, no problem. That's fine as well. But it'll all be a charity-related run event, which will just be wonderful. And like was mentioned in one of the first podcasts, if you can go all the way back to episode 1, Pokemon Trainer Mike never got to see the first 3 movies in the cinema. So doing this for the first time as well, from a personal level, with so many friends, and you, would be absolutely unreal. So we're locking that in. That is happening this year, 100%. Okay? Watch this space. On that note, Bradley, is there anything else you want to say to the Babas?
Yes, actually.
Oh?
One thing.
Oh?
What is that Pokemon called? That, it's that tiny Pokemon that goes across the water.
I know exactly where you're going with this. Surskit.
Okay. As a wise man once said...
Don't do it. Or if you Guzzlord...
There are times where I wish I could hear things, and other times where I'm thankful for your microphone's noise suppression.
They would have heard it, though. Bless them. But I just saw the red bar just go all red there. It was just like, stop. Oh,
no. Look, jokes aside, as a wise man once said, I am just happy to be here.
There it is. So from Bradley, from me, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching and listening, as you always do. And we will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.
We're back, baby!